Supply lines in today's theater of operations stretch for hundreds of miles. The semi-trailer mounted fabric tank, or SMFT, is a key asset in transporting bulk, potable water long distance. As a water treatment specialist, you must understand how to set up and operate the SMFT correctly. In this lesson, you will learn how to operate the SMFT. The key training points in this lesson include uncrating, installing, filling, emptying, folding, and cleaning the SMFT. The 5,000-gallon tank can only be installed on the flatbed of an M872 semi-trailer. The 3,000-gallon tank can be installed on the flatbed of an M872, M871, or M127 semi-trailer. This lesson will focus on the 5,000-gallon SMFT tank. To operate the SMFT, you must understand how to handle the water tank. You must understand the SMFT's components to use the tank properly. The tank is used for the storage and transport of potable water. The assembled unit consists of the collapsible tank, fittings, tie-down straps, and emergency repair items to secure the tank safely on the M872 semi-trailer. Select each item to learn more. The tank is constructed of a chlorobutyl liner, a rubber-coated multi-ply carcass, and an exterior weather and abrasion-resistant tread stock. When laid flat, the tank is 39 feet long by 7 feet 4 inches wide by 4 inches high. When filled, it assumes a pillow-like shape approximately 38 feet long by 5 feet 2 inches wide by 4 feet 6 inches high. Access to the tank interior is provided through the use of end clamps, which may be removed by qualified personnel. Handles are provided to facilitate positioning of the tank while empty. When not in use, the tank may be folded or rolled and stored in the sling and shipping container. Operators must be familiar with the location and function of all components before operating the system. Select each item to learn more. The filler or discharge valve is a 4-inch gate valve, which, together with the hose assembly, provides the connection necessary to both fill and empty the tank. A 0 to 15 psi pressure gauge is supplied to monitor the pressure of the filled tank. Operating pressure is 4 to 6 psi. The pressure gauge is controlled by a 1/4 NPT valve. The valve is to be closed when the pressure gauge is removed. The hose assembly consists of two 10-foot-long by 4-inch diameter potable water hose, FDA approved, supplied with quick disconnect fittings. The pressure relief valve is manually operated to relieve trapped air. It is open and closed with finger pressure. The tie-down kit consists of 4 belts, 8 ratchet take-up mechanisms, and trailer attachments specifically designed to minimize tank movement during transport. To operate the SMFT, you must understand how to use the tank. Select each item to learn more. There are several tasks you must perform to assemble the SMFT. Select each item to learn more. When the tank is received, you must unload it as close to its point of installation as possible. To install the 5,000-gallon SMFT tank on the flatbed of an M872 semi-trailer, you must perform several tasks. Select each item to learn more. You must perform the before operation PMCS on the SMFT by inspecting the installation area, inspecting the tank body, inspecting the filler or discharge assembly, inspecting the tie-down assembly, logging all actions and deficiencies on DA Form 5988E, and giving the form to the supervisor at the end of each shift. You must perform several tasks to fill the SMFT. If the tank is being used for the first time or after prolonged storage, flush the tank with a disinfectant and potable water solution. Select each item to learn more. Check to see that the tank is properly installed. The trailer should be level to prevent the tank from rolling. Tighten all bolts in the fitting using a 70 foot-pounds torque, 5 foot-pounds on the half-inch diameter bolts in the end clamps. Attach the pressure gauge to the filler or discharge valve and open the pressure gauge valve. Expel all air from the tank so that the tank lies flat on the bed, and then close the 4-inch tank inlet valve. The free ends of the hold-down belts should now be brought over the top of the tank and down the other side through the ratchet take-up mechanism attached to the truck bed. Slide the ends of the belt 2 feet through the slot in the ratchet assembly. Fold the end back on the belt and manually hold it until one turn has been taken on roll-up spool. To continue to fill the SMFT, you must perform several steps. Select each item to learn more. Attach 1 or 2 4-inch by 10-foot hoses to reach the water source. Purge the air filler hose by opening the valve on the hose nearest the pump until water comes out. Then close the valve. Attach the hose to the tank-filled discharge valve. Open the valve at the water source to allow water to be pumped toward the tank. Open the filler or discharge valve on the tank. No pressure will show on the pressure gauge until the tank is approximately 2 feet high. Periodically close the tank filler and discharge valve to obtain a precise tank pressure reading. Open the valve after the reading has been taken and resume filling. To finish filling the SMFT, you must perform several additional steps. Select each item to learn more. After taking the pressure reading, open the 4-inch filler or discharge valve on the tank and resume filling to 2 to 3 psig. Open the relief valve on the top of the tank until water flows from the valve. The belts should now be tightened with a portable ratchet wrench. Tighten belts to the maximum possible with one hand on the ratchet handle. The second hand should be used to steady the ratchet assembly. Ensure that the ratchet handle has dropped securely into the locking mechanism. When all ratchet assemblies have been tightened uniformly, the pressure in the tank will be increased approximately 1/2 psi. If the tank ends are not level with the floor of the trailer, the tank may be leveled by releasing the ratchet on one side of the tank and then taking up the slack by tightening the opposite ratchet. After filling the tank to correct pressure, shut off the filling line valve first. It is recommended that tanks be filled to a final minimum pressure of 4 psi and maximum pressure of 6 psi. Then shut off the tank filler or discharge valve and disconnect the filling line. Some loss of water between the valves will be experienced at this point. Material is under pressure between the valves. For example, low pressure if the filling line valve is shut off first as directed above, and high pressure if the tank valve is shut off first. The tank is now properly secure for transportation. Regular periodic check for tight belts is also recommended. They should be tightened at least every 2 hours. Transport the tank only when completely full or empty. The tank is designed to be drained either by gravity or by the use of a suction pump only. Use of air pressure to unload the tank is not authorized, as it may cause the tank to burst under pressure. Select each item to learn more. The end of the tank opposite the valve must be at least 8 to 10 inches higher than the valve end of the tank. This is necessary for complete tank draining. The valve corner should be the lowest level of the tank. Use grade elevation or portable ramps under the appropriate trailer wheels. Follow these steps to drain the tank by gravity. Select each item to learn more. Connect one end of the 4-inch diameter hose assembly to the tank filler or discharge valve. Connect the other end of the hose to the line or container requiring the potable water. Close the tank pressure gauge valve. Open the filler or discharge valve on the tank to start the flow. After operation is complete, close the filler or discharge valve on the end of the tank. Disconnect the 4-inch diameter hose assembly from the line or container, and then disconnect the hose from the tank filler or discharge valve. Perform these steps to drain the tank by suction pump. Select each item to learn more. Connect one end of the 4-inch diameter hose assembly to the tank filler or discharge valve. Connect other end of hose to the line or directly to the pump. Close the tank pressure gauge valve. Open the filler or discharge valve on the tank to start the flow. Start the pump. Draining rate is not a factor in tank operations. After operation is complete, close the filler or discharge valve on the end of the tank and the valve on the pump. Disconnect the 4-inch diameter hose assembly from the line, container, or vacuum pump, and then disconnect the hose from the tank filler or discharge valve. Cleaning the SMFT involves several tasks. Select each item to learn more. With the tank empty and flat in the truck, partially fill it with the 100 to 300 gallons of clean disinfectant. With the tank empty and flat in the truck, partially fill it with the 100 to 300 gallons of clean disinfectant and water solution. The solution consists of 1/2 gallon commercial bleach mixed into 250 gallons of fresh water. Then surge the truck with abrupt starts and stops. The resultant surge will clean or rinse the collapsed tank without exposing its interior to contaminants or foreign objects. When the cleaning solution is drawn off, close the tank valve immediately to prevent any additional contaminants from entering. Dispose of cleaning solution in accordance with unit standard operating procedures. There are several tasks you must perform to disassemble the SMFT. Select each item to learn more. In this lesson, you learned how to operate the SMFT. The key training points in this lesson included uncrating, installing, filling, emptying, folding, and cleaning the SMFT.